Has gambling ever made a significant impact in your life or someone you know? This question, seemingly simple, yet layered with complexity, beckons us to explore the world of gambling. A world filled with allure, excitement, and the promise of instant riches, but also the potential for devastating consequences. Gambling is a global phenomenon. It cuts across cultures, socioeconomic classes, and age groups. It's a pastime, a thrill, a chance to tempt fate and perhaps walk away a victor. But it's also a rabbit hole that can lead to a world of despair, financial ruin, and broken relationships. From the spinning roulette wheels of Monte Carlo to the neighborhood bingo halls, from online poker games to the lottery tickets bought at the corner store, gambling is everywhere. It's in our cities, our homes, and on our screens. And its impact, whether positive or negative, cannot be overstated. Some people gamble for fun, treating it as a form of entertainment, a rush of adrenaline. They set limits, they stay in control, and they walk away when the fun stops. For these individuals, gambling can be a social activity, a way to unwind, a harmless diversion. But for others, gambling can become an insidious habit, a destructive obsession. It can lead to financial hardship, shattered relationships, and a loss of self. It can morph from a pastime into a problem, from a thrill into a nightmare. Over the next few scenes, we'll be sharing 10 different stories. 10 tales that highlight the impact of gambling on individuals from all walks of life. Some of these stories might resonate with you, others might serve as a cautionary tale. But each one will offer a glimpse into the multifaceted world of gambling. We'll explore the highs and the lows, the victories and the losses, the dreams and the broken promises. We'll take a hard look at the realities of gambling, the struggles it can bring, and how individuals can overcome these challenges. Now let's delve into the first story. The tale of a man who found fortune and despair in cards. Meet John, an average guy who found himself in the whirlwind world of poker. This was not a tale of a man falling into the abyss of addiction. No, John's story began innocently enough. He was introduced to poker as a casual hobby, a way to unwind after a long week. A couple of wins later, he found himself pocketing a significant sum of money, and the thrill of victory was intoxicating. But as with any intoxication, the hangover was brutal. John was unable to quit while he was ahead. He was drawn in deeper, convinced that his next big win was just around the corner. Unfortunately, the corner never came. John lost everything. What started as a hobby consumed him, leaving him without his family, his job, and his savings. John's story is a stark reminder of how gambling can lead to financial ruin. Next, we have Sarah, a woman who chased the elusive lottery dream. Sarah was an everyday woman with a 9-to-5 job, living paycheck to paycheck. A glimmer of hope shone in her eyes every time she bought a lottery ticket, fueled by the dream of hitting the jackpot. She spent her savings, and then some, on lottery tickets, hoping for that life-changing win. Her dream of financial freedom, of escaping the daily grind, seemed only a lucky number away. But as the weeks turned into months and then years, Sarah found herself not on the pedestal of wealth, but in the pit of debt. She had gambled away her hard-earned savings, chasing an elusive dream, a dream that for many remains just that, a dream. The allure of easy money had ensnared her, leading her down a path of financial despair. Sarah's tale shows us that the allure of easy money can sometimes lead to financial despair. Let's turn to Mike, a sports fan who fell into the sports betting trap. Mike, a lifelong football enthusiast, found thrill not just in the game, but in the stakes. The allure of quick wins and the thrill of predicting the unpredictable led him down a slippery slope. His passion for sports morphed into an obsession with odds, spreads, and bookies. Mike's weekends, once filled with cheers and camaraderie, were replaced by stress-filled nights, his eyes glued to flashing screens, his heart in sync with fluctuating odds. His relationships began to strain as he prioritized betting over family and friends. His partner felt neglected, his children missed their father, and his friends felt his absence. The thrill of the game was no longer in the score, but in the bet. Mike's story is not an isolated one. It's a stark reminder of how a love for sports can morph into an addiction to sports betting. Mike's experience serves as a warning to all sports lovers about the dangers of sports betting. Now, let's hear about Lisa, a tech-savvy individual who fell into the pitfall of online gambling. Lisa, like many of us, was attracted to the convenience and accessibility of online gambling platforms. She could place bets from the comfort of her own home, at any time of day or night. The allure was too strong, and soon, Lisa found herself gambling excessively. The excitement of potentially winning big was intoxicating, but the reality was often a loss. The losses didn't deter Lisa, they only fueled her desire to win back what she lost. This vicious cycle continued, leading her further down the rabbit hole of online gambling. The impact on Lisa's mental health was severe. Anxiety, stress, and depression set in as she grappled with her growing addiction. She lost sleep, her work suffered, and relationships strained under the weight of her secret. Lisa's story highlights the risks of online gambling and its potential to harm our mental well-being. Finally, we have David, a man who became addicted to the glitz and glamour of casinos. David, an ordinary man, was enticed by the sparkling lights, the clinking of coins, and the thrill of the game. His love for casinos started as a weekend pastime, an escape from the humdrum of daily life. But soon, the casino became his world. The thrill of winning, the suspense of the game, the rush of adrenaline, it all became too irresistible. His personal and professional life took a back seat as he was consumed by the casino's allure. David's relationships began to strain, his job performance slumped, and his financial stability crumbled. His story is a stark reminder that the glittering world of casinos is not all it's cracked up to be. It's a world that can quickly transform from a place of leisure to a dangerous addiction. David's tale is a cautionary reminder of how casino gambling can lead to addiction. Scene script. Having heard these stories, it's clear that gambling can have severe consequences. But how can we overcome these struggles? The struggle with gambling is real, but the good news is that there are ways to overcome it. Let's delve into some proven strategies that can help. Firstly, seeking professional help is an essential step. There are countless therapists and counselors who specialize in addiction, and they can provide valuable guidance. They can help you understand the underlying reasons for your gambling habits and equip you with tools to manage triggers and cravings. Cognitive behavioral therapy, for instance, is a widely recognized method that helps change the negative thought patterns leading to your gambling problem. Next, joining a support group can be a lifeline. Groups like Gamblers Anonymous offer a safe, non-judgmental environment where you can share your experiences and learn from others who are going through similar struggles. You're not alone, and hearing other people's stories can provide hope and motivation to keep going. Setting gambling limits is another crucial strategy. Decide beforehand how much money and time you're willing to spend on gambling, and stick to it. If you're tempted to overstep these boundaries, remind yourself of the potential consequences. Financial planning and budgeting can also help you regain control over your finances and consequently your life. Focusing on other hobbies is an excellent way to fill the void that quitting gambling can leave. Find activities that you enjoy and that can provide a sense of achievement. It could be anything from painting, reading, hiking, or learning a new language. These hobbies can not only distract you from the urge to gamble, but also enrich your life in numerous ways. Self-care is another critical aspect of recovery. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep can significantly improve your mood and energy levels, making it easier to resist the urge to gamble. Remember, your health should always be your priority. Lastly, be patient and kind to yourself. Overcoming a gambling problem doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, and there will be setbacks. But every step you take towards recovery, no matter how small, is a victory. And if you falter, don't beat yourself up. Instead, use it as a learning experience. Understand what led to the slip and devise a plan to avoid it in the future. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Remember, it's never too late to seek help and make a change. Overcoming the struggles of gambling might seem daunting, but with determination, support, and the right strategies, it's entirely possible. So if you or someone you know is struggling with gambling, reach out. Help is available and recovery is within reach. You have the strength to overcome this, and a fulfilling, gamble-free life is waiting for you on the other side. Remember, it's never too late to seek help and make a change.